Hey everybody, we are back with another van build video. Today we are going to be working on the flooring. It's supposed to get up to like 100 degrees today, so it's 7 a.m. and we're going to get an early start and try and get some of this work done before it gets bad. Like always, make sure you subscribe and like and comment. Let us know what you have questions about. Go a little bit more into detail on what flooring we're doing, and I am talking quietly because people still may be sleeping. So stay tuned, we'll get this thing rolling. Okay, so we'll let you know the plan for our floor here. We're going to do 6 millimeters or 1/4 inch of cork as the first layer, followed by the floor that came in the van that was in there already. We didn't want it, but it came and we paid for it, so we're going to reuse it just so we don't end up throwing it away. It's 3/8 inch plywood covered in fiberglass. Our last van we had 1/2 inch ply, so barely thinner, and then we will top it off with some life-proof vinyl flooring from Home Depot.
Yep.
And why are we using cork?
So cork is a really good option for like an underlayment layer because it helps deaden acoustics down. It also helps reduce heat. It's antimicrobial. It's considered a renewable resource, environmentally friendly. There's a lot of good reasons for it. Also for us, it works as kind of a mid layer that doesn't take up too much space because Greg is 6'2" and we almost have barely more than that in the van for his standing height. We just don't want to put a ton of layers on the floor, so this is a really good system for us that works and gives us what we need.
Yeah, so some people may say, you're idiots. Put more insulation in. Who cares if you can stand? Well, when you live in the van full time, I like to be able to stand. We did the exact same floor in our last van. We've been down to 8 degrees outside. Haven't had any issue. Yes, the floor will get a little chilly in the winter. We wear slippers. It's fine. I actually spoke with someone recently that has the 1-inch polyiso flooring with the subframe that you see a lot of people doing. They said it actually is pretty much worthless for keeping cold out in the winter.
Yeah.
They said it does a good job of keeping the heat from the engine and whatnot away in the summer. So we're wrapping the muffler in a heat shield. That should help a little bit. We got a little bit of sound deadening around in here, so ideally that will kick a little bit of it out, and then this guy does all right. So works for us.
Yeah.
Do whatever works best for your build.
Right.
So we're going to roll out the cork into 2 strips. There's going to be a seam down the middle. And then we're going to lay the original flooring on as a template and mark it out, and then cut. We're going to go ahead and get it taped together nicely, and then we'll do a time lapse of us laying it out and drawing and doing all that good stuff. And now for the second half of the satisfying part. Hopefully this fits perfectly like it should. We'll go clean it up a little bit and put it in. coming for the install. See how this goes.
Will it fit through the door?
This way.
Huh?
Dip it a little. Okay, work your way back.
Yep.
Oh,
Good?
you're good, just keep going.
Okay.
Take field.
Hopefully intact.
Nothing broke, right?
No, I think it's just the driver's side needs to get pulled forward a little because it's got a
Yeah.
double.
Just come right up to the edge here. That went pretty good.
Yeah. It looks good.
So for the sake of making our trim piece in the back easier and look cleaner, we're actually going to cut back this extra little lip here because it went around these black pieces before. We're actually gonna cut this all off and have our floor end right at the back of the black pieces, and I'll show you in our current van how we trim that out, so we don't have to do a bunch of weird trim pieces all the way around this. And I think it looks pretty clean how we have it, so we'll show you on the old one real quick.
As Greg mentioned, we're going to be using this life-proof vinyl plank flooring from the Home Depot for our top layer. This is the same stuff we have in our current van and we really like it. Part of the reason why we like it is because it's very durable, it's waterproof, it's pretty easy to install, it's got the click and lock system, so that is easy for us. In addition, it's got this underlayment that's kind of squishy, so not only is it sound deadening, but it gives the plank a little bit less of a hardwood feel. It's a little bit softer on the feet. This is the sterling oak color, which we really like. It's the same as the last van. So what we're going to do now is essentially lay out the planks in the orientation and the pattern that we like, and then we're going to lay our template on top of it, trace them out, and then cut each plank individually. It's going to be fun.
That was sarcasm.
Right. So we got all of the plank flooring laid out. You can see that we laid down some plastic sheeting beforehand. That way we don't get a bunch of stuff on that rubbery layer that's underneath the planks. We laid them all out and kind of soft clicked them together. Last time we clicked them harder and we had a hard time getting them apart. We actually tore some, so learn from our mistakes. Just soft click them together enough that you can have confidence in your measuring. And the other tip is that typically these packs only come with 4 or 5 different designs, so as you unpack them and lay them out, just take a quick look and make sure you're not repeating patterns next to each other unless you don't care. But we do, so we kind of make sure that they're alternating or there's enough differentiation in the floor. Otherwise, I think this looks really good, so what we're going to do is put our template on top and then trace it, and then we'll have to cut each plank by hand. We've got our trusty Sharpie here. Our template's laid out. We're happy with the orientation on the planks. We've measured in from the side to make sure that it's straight along the wood grain and along the edges. The other thing to note is that wherever you're cutting, make sure that you don't have weird little bits and corners of the plank left so that you have odd seams putting it in the van. So we're just going to trace it out now, and then we can set the template aside and start cutting.
So you'll need 5 full boxes to pull this off, even though there's going to be a lot of scraps. And then we're going to actually have to take one of our extra pieces to fill in this last little space back here, because that's the only way to make it happen, unless we're really missing something. One other thing to note, we did actually shorten the stock floor about 1.25 inches to get us inside to fit that trim piece that I spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
Now comes the tedious part of cutting every single one of these pieces and installing them. We are using a jigsaw, and we have a wood bit on it. We'll see how this pans out. I think we used metal bit last time, and it was melting these. So hopefully this is a little smoother cut. We're gonna try and just trial and error it and see how it ends up going. First cut of many done. Yeah, that actually was much cleaner than last time, so use that blade, or the proper one, if there is one. She said this is just tedious. So we have our template totally marked out. We cut the, oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. No, I'm pointing the right way. Just looked back because I couldn't see it. I saw the cut piece. Pulled out our corner piece, cut it there, put it back over here, finished drawing. So now we're gonna put the black floor in the van, and then we will cut all of the vinyl and install that. So I'm gonna trip on that. So I'll come along and then it's in.
Okay. No
It's
major
a pretty good fit. And we did a good cut here, so our trim piece will work out well.
Yeah.
That was from before, right?
No, we just did that, but it's fine.
We cut a little bit of our sound deadening, but overall I'd say that went quite well.
Yeah. Not bad.
Sun's out, guns out. First pieces.
Yeah. I'd say that lines up like a gem. Look at that nice cutout.
Yeah.
She's a beaut.
What you doing?
We just laid in our first row, and we started on the second row and realized that we need to actually start on the passenger side and work our way to the inside of the van because of how the click works. You want your under click to be in first.
Under click, under the over click.
We're done.
We're done with the floor. Yay. Actually went quite a bit faster than expected this go around. Probably took us, I think, 5 hours today. That doesn't count when we tore out the original floor and cleaned up the goop that was under it. That was probably a couple more hours, so probably an 8-hour job altogether for us. Turned out really good. Just have to get our trim pieces custom made and cut for the back and the sliding door, and this project will be complete. Thanks for watching. We'll see what we do next. We will try and put these out in order for you, so make sure to subscribe to see the rest of this build.